Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ace Blazer, and this is a 2v2 battle I played with Paul 230688, aka Angelos, and this is just a battle we just played. I tried recording live, but the battle was so ridiculously slow and laggy, and I don't exactly have a lot of hard drive space since I'm only on my SSD. So I'm gonna try to go from the replay here. Hopefully it doesn't lag up, and I do have some live bits right at the end. Yeah, let's just speed this up just a bit. So this is a force battle. I didn't even know this was gonna be this thick, honestly. What a strange map. Paul and I were thinking, like, is there actually a place that looks like this? That's not like shaped by humans. Like it's flat plain and then decently thick forest. I don't know if I've ever seen that, to be honest. Alright, so our opponents are Rome. This is what's his face? I don't remember his name, sorry. He had some defensive stakes here, and Macedon, which is interesting. These are all shield bearers, and they're actually already exhausted. Oh no, they're fresh. Oh, I was looking at these guys. Some of them were exhausted. Yeah, so these are 4 shield bearers, 4 royal peltasts, which are pretty good, and companion cavalry. So pretty decent infantry force. And here's Paul in the forest. He said he could barely see anything. Heroic nobles, really good infantry force, and slingers. Now these slingers are not going to be the greatest in the forest, to be honest. I think Paul was mentioning that like he can see his stones bounce off trees and hit stuff, or no, bounce off horses and hit stuff. So that's just hilarious. But yeah, so I'm kind of doing the field battle here, while Paul, his barbarian, uncivilized tactics, is sticking to the forest. But Macedon is obliging him. This is kind of a rush army, no missiles to speak of, which actually works out for a forest battle if you think about it. So shield bearers in first. Those slingers are actually done quite a decent amount of damage. 10 guys, not bad. Royal peltasts. These guys are really good. I always try to have a unit, at least one unit of those, if it's not my general. Look at these guys, exhausted. What happened? Oh, I wonder if rapid advance does that to them. Really. So I'm not gonna be able to zoom in as much on Paul's battle, to be honest, because of, well, it's all in the forest. I'm gonna try to focus on my own battle because I actually know what happened. These guys look pretty cool. All right, so the skirmish battle. Oh yeah, he sent some dogs against me, and that was a bit annoying because my slingers were out in front. And okay, this is interesting. Yeah, the slingers, he got quite a few of my slingers, so that must have made him a bit more confident in setting out some archers. He has 4 archers. I've got 4 slingers. One of them was heavily depleted by dogs. You can see the corpses in the back there. It was pretty funny. I was watching the slingers fight the dogs, and most of what they would do is just bash the dogs down when they tried to leap at them. You know, like Call of Duty, when you we get a dog running towards you and you can kind of stop it in midair with your knife. That's kind of like what these slingers were doing. They were like using their shields to bash away the dogs, which is, I found pretty funny. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly advance. I can afford to be a bit more defensive now because I've got my slingers. And he's gonna sacrifice his war dog trainers here with against my Galatians. I always try to have at least 1 unit of Galatians. I love these guys. They're basically the exact same as Oathsworn, except they don't have frenzy and that other ability, which makes them OP. But yeah, slingers trying to fight. Oh yeah, I should mention Paul's battle. So they're fighting in the forest here. It looks pretty actually looks pretty cinematic. Let's take a quick look at this. What are these guys doing? These companion cavalry, they have like silver upgrades, which is actually pretty ridiculous. Didn't really seem to help though. I think a lot of his companions were already depleted, so not the greatest use of money. I sure hope this battle goes the way I want it to. So I could see that he charged his cavalry in with the expectation that his auxiliary infantry would back him up. Problem with this tactic is that auxiliary infantry love keeping their formation, so they will not actively go out to attack a cavalry Not that I know of anyway. Look at this. They're forming a kind of a line. And yes, they are engaged with a lot of my cavalry, but at the same time, if this were Rome 1, my cavalry would be done, dead, out of there. So I've got infantry coming on the flanks now to deal with his spears. I've got Galatian Royal Guard and my generals, Peltast here. Sweet. It's a nice battle. He caught me out of phalanx, which is really good for him. Destroyed this thorax pikeman. These ones weren't so lucky though. I managed to put my pikes down in time. These ones are okay. So the fight for me is not going well on the flanks. Got some Galatians here fighting against his Romans, which they're doing pretty. Yeah, they're definitely much better. They're overpowering the Romans by themselves, and he's got his cavalry on the the fight on the flanks there. So this is actually a very textbook battle, which I was quite impressed by. Unfortunately, his units are no match for mine. I just simply have way better units than him. Egypt, like these Hellenic Royal Guard, could definitely own any unit from the front, unless it's another cavalry unit. Sorry, another pike unit. And just charge into his legionaries. I think what he probably could have done is try to use his infantry to go around my flanks. So send his legionary infantry instead of just sending them against my pikes. He did catch some of my pikes not in pike formation, so they routed this thorax pikes. But I think he should have focused on the fight on the flanks and not used the auxilia that way. The auxilia, if they fight like that, they will not take out cavalry because they are formation fighters, which weirdly enough is a huge disadvantage. Hopefully CA fixes that. What do we got here? Still some armored legionaries, and they managed to flank my guys. Still, he had the right idea, but unfortunately did not execute. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a good look at Paul's battle. All I know is it's probably a big, huge meat grinder fest in there. Sorry, Paul. The battle's so much faster now. And replay stops. Hooray for corrupted replays. Alright guys, that's the end of this video, so hope you guys enjoyed at least a bit of it, and check you guys out next time. Bye!
The hell's that on the map? Like an eye?
Eye?
Can you see that on the mini-map? Like an eye and a flag?
No, not really.
It's gone. A little weird.
Ready.
Yeah, you look like you've got it under control.
Yeah. He basically charged into my pikes. He almost had me. I almost forgot to stop.
Orders.
But he had the right idea. He just didn't execute it all.
I didn't see any of it.
I probably couldn't see your fight if I tried.
Yeah, I couldn't even see my fight.
Ready and waiting. The brave, ready for orders.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Well, come and pan over here when you can.
Sure.
Look at how many dead Macedonians are in.
Let's see. Where should I be looking?
There.
That's that. I'll save that replay, so maybe I can get something nice out of it. Maybe.
I don't think you'd be hard pressed to see what's going on my side of it.
I'll have to zoom in and stuff.
There were some like cool cav charges in the wood.
He had no pikes.
No, he had shield bearers, royal pelter.